What is up, party people? So, what I wanted to do with this video specifically is to show you guys how I'm going to be running the podcast and what you can do if you want to use this software as well. So, let's go into the screen sharing mode and I will show you exactly what it is that I'm going to be doing and how you can do it super seamlessly. Now, when we get into this screen share mode, as you can see, there are two uh, views of what I'm doing here. So right here, I can adjust this guy, and then as you can see it now, it'll adjust on there. If I'm not in the studio mode, it will do this live. So just be prepared with that guy. I'll move this right here because I think that's where I like this position. Now let me see. So in my podcast, particularly, I'll be going on to this scene right here first. And there's a countdown timer that is either by time or timer. So I can set a date and a time that this will automatically set to, or I can just make it a like 3 countdown timer. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be playing this music in the background while this scene is going on. And then I'll go to the next scene just super seamlessly. All I gotta do is click the next button. And right now I got my mouse right here so I can control everything from this view. Uh, so yeah, as you can see, I am just doing everything super easy because I already built these scenes right here. And this took me maybe 2 to 3 hours total over a few days worth of building. So it's super easy to do. This one's just me, and then if I click on the next one, this is where I'll have introduced already and start talking to the guest on this side. And yeah, so after I introduce them, I'll just go straight to them, and they'll be able to talk on a full screen. I also enabled dynamic scenes in some of these, where it's super seamless to pop in a spotlight, but it's less personalized there if you do that. Like I like the rounded edges on these, so you can't do that with a dynamic scene. It's just all squared corners. And then on this scene, like there's just so many things you could do. Like I added a chat box on this scene right here. You can even hide anything that you put in here, any layer that you put in here. If I put this background in the front, you won't be able to see me anymore. You just drag and drop, super easy to do all that. I'll show you if you're live streaming, you can just hit this chat box, go down here, and you hit test comments. Uh, and all the comments will show up and it'll tell you where the comments are coming from. There are, I don't know how many, maybe 20 different sites that you can live stream to, even more if you count the one that you have to go through some hoops to do a website, basically. So I think you can even live stream to school, but it got a little complicated and I didn't have the time to learn that aspect and test around with it because I've been doing a bunch of different other things. So anyways, that's how that works, and you can live stream it. I'm going to be live streaming it to my YouTube and possibly my LinkedIn or my X account. And then whoever the guest is right here, I'll let them do it to one or two of their accounts as well. In my thing, I even made a scene where I can put in a little commercial break so we can have a drink or go use the bathroom, whatever. Guest scene. This is the dynamic scene that I was talking about where it's squared and you can hit this spotlight one. You can even change it to where it's a full screen or fit. So I'm gonna put on, it's either fit or fill. So this one, if I were to add another screen, let me see, yeah, just like that. You can spotlight it and you can hide it and spotlight it seamlessly. So it's super easy. And if you transition it to here, you'll be able to see exactly like everything on the screen. You'll see it as I clicked it. So pop that up. Yeah, that's how the dynamic scene works. Let me remove that. And I'm on my screen share right now. You can see how that works. So all these new layers, there's a bunch of different options that I'm not even showing you like a tenth of its power, basically. But yeah, there's you can add a speaker to the scene. Anybody that's in here, you can just go ahead and add them to that screen and make them full screen. You can even there's no reset button. Yeah, or you can even just make them wherever you want. Boom. This is the dynamic scene, so it's the dynamic scene. So if I were to add them from down here, it'll look like this. But if I add it as a new layer, it'll look like you just saw it. Let me see. There's also a bunch of different apps and widgets you can use. So in here, you'll see that they got the chat box. That's the one that you've seen in one of my things. There's the scrolling text. That's what I used on the front. And yeah, you can get viewer count for all the people that are watching from certain places. You can also check that when you're live on the next to the record button at the top right. You got polls, QR codes. This is where I made all my QR codes. This is the RTMP that I was talking about, where you can go live on school, but I didn't want to learn all of that guy. You got your overlays, video effects, even Bible verses. This is the countdown timer that I use for the main page, the digital clock, weather. There's so many different things. You're buying me a coffee or Ko-Fi. Kofi, I don't know how to pronounce that, but Ko-F something with an I. And then just all these bunch of different options that I haven't really got into because they did not seem like they were needed for me. But that's one part of all the things you can add. Slideshow, that's how you would do it to uh, you would have them share their screen and do a slideshow, and then that's how you get their guest screen to be pop in their live, I think. I still need to figure that one out. I got 3 days to figure that out exactly. Um, yeah, that is how this whole thing works. So if you have any questions about this, or if you just want to try it out yourself, just let me know, and yeah, we can we can talk about it. All right. Thanks for sticking along this long video, and if you're still here, I'd appreciate if you told me any of your thoughts on this. All right. Thanks. Bye bye.